Alrighty, everybody. I think we are live, and welcome to my very first Let's Play. And I'm already screwing up because I don't even have the damn controller in my hand. 1 second. Alright, got the controller. Now we can actually start and have a Let's Play. So, I have always wanted to do this, and after over a month of testing, getting equipment together, getting software together, figuring out how to do things, I have finally gotten on my feet. I haven't totally figured everything out, but I'm starting. I'm able to start. It may be very rudimentary, but whatever. So my very first game that I will be Let's Playing is this little classic right here. Silent Hill 1 for the PlayStation 1 as emulated through the PS3. And I'm also sipping a beer because it's Friday and there's no better way to bring in a Friday than with an ice cold brew and playing some video games. Man, that PlayStation sound is just so awesome. I hope it really came through in the audio. Oh boy. Oh, so I'll let the intro movie play because without it, the beginning of the game makes no fucking sense. Funny thing about this scene right here, you only see the cop if you get the best ending. If you haven't gotten the best ending, it's actually that dude's wife. And I forget her fucking name. But that's an indication that I've beaten the fucking game already. Which I have done, I think, at least 5 times. So most of these scenes obviously play through in the game, but weirdly enough, some of them don't. And I'll point them out as they appear on the screen. So we have Harry Mason driving with his daughter. This scene never happens in the game. I have no idea what the fuck this is. What is this supposed to be? I mean, for people that have never played this game, they have no idea what the significance of that is, but that scene literally makes no goddamn sense. Even more so if you've played Silent Hill Origins. But yeah, this is a scene that probably happens just off screen. But I don't really remember if they show it in the game. I don't know what the hell she's yucking it up for. There's that cop that was looking at the baby with Harry in the very beginning. That's your daughter, Cheryl. Oh, that's the bike from the cop. This is a scene that never happens. I don't know what the hell this is either. This is also a scene that never happens, but I think that's supposed to be the Gillespie house, which looks very different than the one in Silent Hill Origins. I feel like they just kind of threw shit in here and there. Alright, so we're going to start normal. I'm just going to dive right in. So this picks up right after the end of the cutscene that we just saw. He has totaled his fucking car completely. And this is the loading screen that we will see throughout the game. And here are these gribbity gribbity graphics. Oh man, this looks so rough. Alright, so let's see if we have anything in our inventory. We do not. Let's just check the options, because bullet adjust times 5. I don't think we need that many bullets. We could do times 2. This is a setting you get when you beat the game, and depending on how many times you beat the game, you get a higher multiplier. So just in the interest of not making this too fucking hard, we'll go times 2. Because this isn't an easy game. It's not really all that difficult. But I don't want to be really cutting it super close trying to get through this. Plus, well, I'll let this cutscene play.
Cheryl? Is that Cheryl? Where are you going? Hey, wait! Stop!
So one thing I'd like to do while doing these playthroughs is to not talk over cutscenes and dialogue and important shit. Just let the game speak for itself. Because that's one thing I feel should happen when you do a Let's Play. The game comes first. The person Let's Playing comes second. Because you're here for the game, not so much me. Yeah, I was going to explain something before that other cutscene started, and I forget what the hell I was going to say. Maybe it'll come back to me. So as you can see, we are trying to chase our daughter because she ran off for some reason. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Excuse me. So, spooky. So having a high bullet multiplier doesn't really do much after a certain point. And depending on how thorough you are with picking up items, it doesn't really do much past 2 or 3, because the maximum amount of bullets that you can carry in this fucking game is 200. Spooky.
What is this?
Huh?
What's going on here?
Oh no! Little mole men! Ugh, get the fuck out of the way! Jesus Christ. Alright. Okay, alright. I am like stuck in this fucking corner right here. Jesus Christ on a cross. Holy diver. Alright, well they got me. They really fucking trapped me. Surprise, that's supposed to happen. She's like, they got you too, eh?
Was I dreaming?
How do you feel?
Oh, like I've been run over by a truck. But I'm alright, I guess.
Glad to hear it. You from around here? Why don't you tell me what happened?
Wait a second, I'm just a tourist. came here for a vacation. I just got here. I don't know what happened. I'd like to find out myself.
Oh my god.
Have you seen a little girl? Just turned 7 last month. Short, black hair. My daughter.
Sorry. The only person I've seen in this town is you.
Where is everybody?
I'd tell you if I knew, believe me.
Pardon the loudness outside.
But from what I can tell, something bizarre's going on. That's all I know. What's your name?
Harry. Harry Mason.
Sybil Bennett. I'm a police officer from Brams, the next town over. The phones are all dead, and the radio too. I'm going back to call in some reinforcements. Hold it. Where do you think you're going?
My daughter. I've got to find her.
This fucking dialogue is so goofy.
No way. It's dangerous out there.
In that case, I need to find her now. Cheryl's my little girl. I can't just leave her out there by herself.
Have you got a gun?
No.
Oh my god.
Take this, and hope you don't have to use it. Now listen to me. Before you pull the trigger, know who you're shooting. And don't do it unless you have to. And don't go blasting me by mistake. Got it?
Yeah, thanks.
You do best to stay nearby. I'll be back with help as quick as I can.
Alright. So, as I'm sure everybody has noticed, the dialogue in this game is quite goofy. And even though this is a survival horror game, it is unintentionally, or maybe intentionally, silly at times. And it just makes you fucking wonder, like, what were they thinking when they recorded these lines of dialogue? But who really knows? So these are all of my saves. I'll be saving down here. And okay, yeah. Actually, I guess there's no way to really tell that that's well, maybe it's because it's orange. That's indicating that it's a new game plus. All right, here is an item that we will probably never use: the kitchen knife, and another health drink. Fantastique. We should definitely equip this pistol. And let's get this radio. You want to pick up the radio? Oh, I think I need to leave first.
What's that?
What was that noise?
Huh. Radio. What's going on with that radio?
Huh? Radio. Boo! Alright, so here we are getting acquainted with this game's clunky ass fucking combat. Nice. Alright, I think.
This is not a dream. What's happening to this place?
Alright. I was able to avoid getting hit, which is great. Let's get that radio. I think by default it is turned on. Let's just double check. Yep. And it actually just tells you what it does. So that's fantastic. Alright. So, what I was originally discussing earlier was this game has very rough dialogue and voice acting. And I think it's just a product of its time. Do I need to X out of this? Yeah, I do. I'll check that alley again. Alright, you got it. So yeah, the dialogue is, and voice acting is very much a product of its time. Obviously, this game is a PlayStation 1 game, and it came out in the late 90s. What year? Can't say I remember for sure. But if I had to venture a guess, probably like 98, 99, more than likely. And at the time, voice acting in video games was relatively new, because I think like there were some other games in the early 90s that had some voice acting here and there, but it wasn't anything special. It was more campy, and you know how the 90s were. Or maybe you don't, but I'm sure that most of the people listening to this probably do. Oh, there's a health drink. Also, being that I've played this game 5 fucking times already, I kind of know where to get items, what to do, and how to get through this as quickly as possible. But I'll try to give it an authentic experience, so those that haven't played it or have no idea what this game is about can get somewhat of a, there's a save point by the way, can get somewhat of a an authentic experience by proxy. So yeah, the voice acting is a product of the 90s, and it's not that great, and it is what it is. But I'm sure at the time, people were like, holy shit, this game has voice acting. You should believe that? The characters speak. So I'm sure it was like pretty awesome at the time, but obviously now it seems like even worse than a college project, you know? It's just, okay, oops. Where's Cheryl? Oh, there it is. All right, I thought I had to go to the other side. Yeah, it almost seems like it's worse than a college project. But I think for the most part, voice acting is one thing that Silent Hill, as a series, never really nailed. I mean, the first 4 games, Silent Hill 1 through 4, they all have their hiccups when it comes to voice acting, and this one's definitely the worst out of the 4. 2 is fairly good, but there are just moments where it comes off as like stilted and awkward. 3, it seems a little more awkward, not so much stilted. 4 is just bizarre at some points in the game, and it's just like, what the fuck? Why is he talking like that? The main character, I mean, it's just very strange. Origins, I only played it once, and I don't really remember. I only played 4 once too, because that game kind of is rough. But Origins, I don't really recall. I don't remember it being all that bad when it came to voice acting, but it had other problems. Homecoming, I've only seen a playthrough of. I've never actually played it myself, even though I actually own it. Same thing with Shattered Memories. I've never played it.
Cheryl sketchbook. She's at the school.
Alright, so we gotta go to Midwich Elementary School. Oh, by the way, let me see how we're doing on time. Oh, we're only 20 minutes in. That's pretty good. Get that pipe, bruh. So, yeah, I've never played Shattered Memories, seen a playthrough of it, though. Honestly, I don't really remember much about that game, other than it's a reimagining of this game. And it has it has the same characters, like Harry Mason, Cheryl, and a character that we haven't encountered yet, Dahlia Gillespie. Also, Dr. Michael Kaufman, I think his name is. Is it Michael? I don't think that's right, actually. I think I might have just name dropped a person I know in real life. But there's a doctor. Oh, shit! Alright, took my fucking hand off the controller for a second. Damn it. There is a Dr. Kaufman in this game. I don't remember if his first name is Michael, though. So, yeah, all of those characters are in Shattered Memories, but they play different roles. I mean, you still play Harry Mason, this... Are you fucking kidding me? You still play Harry Mason, this guy who is searching for his daughter in this town of Silent Hill. And Cheryl still goes missing, I'm pretty sure. But Dahlia is a very different character. Dr. Kaufman is a very different character. And it might as well be... Like, it's an alternate universe game, honestly. That's what it is. I didn't really care for it all too much because it's not like traditional Silent Hill, and I would rather they just be fucking faithful to the series. And what they should do is remake this game in the same style that Capcom is remaking the Resident Evil series, which they're doing a largely fantastic job of. They literally just released the trailer for Resident Evil 4, which I've never played. I never played the original game because I never really liked it, and I know that's blasphemy, but hey, that's just my personal opinion. Alright, fuck. I know that there's a health drink around here, which I should get at this point because I'm taking a few hits. Also, it's best to really not fight enemies, especially when you're not really dealing with unlimited ammo. So yeah, going back to the games. So after Shattered Memories, I'm pretty sure it's Downpour, which I have played, and I actually platinumed it. That game is rough. But that was actually the first Silent Hill game that I played, regrettably. Alright, I should probably get rid of these bozos. Oh, come on. What the fuck? Alright, that should do it. Alright, this is the doghouse. Let me get that. When I originally played this game, I went to the doghouse, got that key, and then ran around looking for the house that this fits, and it's obviously this fucking house. I was like, wait a second, what the fuck am I doing? Alright, how we doing on health? Yeah, let's pop a health drink. Might as well. This is a New Game Plus room. You can get the katana. Can't do that now because we just started a brand new playthrough. Save point. I'll do that in a second. I don't think there's... Oh, no, there's another health drink in here. Alright. And I believe this is a map. Keys for Eclipse. Copied it to the map. Now what do we got here? 3 locks. That's it. Alright. Well, let's save and then be on our merry way. So, cool thing about these save points, so they're notepads that he presumably writes his personal recollection of the events that have been going on. And in Silent Hill 3, which is the direct sequel to this game, Silent Hill 2 actually is not a direct sequel to this game. It should actually go south. You play as a teenage reincarnation of Cheryl. And she comes back to Silent Hill, and at some point she comes across a notepad that Harry filled out and signed, which is a pretty cool reference, Easter egg, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's pretty neat. Fuck, thought I was going to be able to avoid that. But back to what I was originally saying. I keep getting sidetracked. So every game has a voice acting problem for the most part. It's never really astounding. It's never really great. This game is by far the worst. But I think each game has its own issues that prevent it from really being like a perfect game. And this one, I think, is presentation. Voice acting is rough. Graphics are rough, but they're limited by the PlayStation 1. I mean, you know, this is good for the PlayStation 1, but looks dated as shit. You know, this is not very good looking. I mean, look at the screen right now. This looks terrible. It did not really age well, but that's just because PlayStation did not really age well. Silent Hill 2 has issues stemming from voice acting. I'm not going to lie. By the way, on my first playthrough, it took me forever to fucking find this. I simply did not see that wooden plank to cross over, and I was like, where the fuck do I go? Could you get out of the fucking way, dude? So yeah, Silent Hill 2 has problems with voice acting. It's also very, very easy, which I know makes you think like, what the fuck? Why would that be a problem? I like beating the game. You have to remember that this is a Silent Hill. This is a survival horror series, and if you are fairly diligent in your searching every room to find equipment and items, like about halfway through the game, you will become so stocked up that you could probably just kill every single enemy that you come across and really not have any issues whatsoever. And that kind of takes away from the threat that you're, you know, dealing with. And it kind of takes away from the scariness a little bit, but it's still a very, very, very good game. Silent Hill 3, slight voice acting issues. But on the other hand, I guess Konami heard the complaints about Silent Hill 2 being too easy, and then they decided to make Silent Hill 3 fairly difficult. And one of the most annoying fucking things about that game is that it just has a bunch of rooms with nothing in them except monsters. And it doesn't happen just once or twice. There's at least 4 or 5 rooms that I can think of off the top of my head, and 2 of them have at least 4 or 5 monsters in them. And it's so infuriating because the ammo and health pickups are not as frequent in that game as they are in Silent Hill 2. It's not like they gave you the same amount of items and we're just like, we'll just throw some more enemies in here. Nah. They were like, let's just go balls to the wall here. And it's pretty difficult, that game. I definitely struggled a bit playing that. Silent Hill 4, if you've never played it, oh my god. The first half of that game is good because it introduces new concepts and it does it in a fairly new and refreshing way, albeit the controls and presentation is a little clunky, but it's very interesting as a concept, and the story is very interesting. But man, once the second half of that game starts, it sucks. It really fucking sucks. And it's because the entire second half of the game becomes an escort mission. And that is horrible. Just, it's so bad. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but they never revisited that idea after putting us through that nonsense. Origins has problems because of controls. I think the story is interesting, but the controls really suck. And it relies very heavily on flawed melee combat, in that you use items that deteriorate and break, and it's just really not great. Homecoming haven't played, but from what I know has immense story and mechanics problems. Shattered Memories I don't really know much about, honestly. Can't really speak on it. And Downpour just has so many issues with story, monster design, controls, presentation. They really fumbled the bag with Downpour, and it's a shame. So, I think what's being made obvious right now, and for those that don't know anything about Silent Hill, it is a series that is predicated on this town called Silent Hill that is mystical and evil and has powers from these other gods, and it kind of just like has a life of its own, and it like captures people and forces them to go through these trials and tribulations in this nightmarish hellscape. And, you know, they get... Is this an item? No, it's probably just blood. I need to get the hell out of here. And it forces them to go through these nightmarish trials and tribulations. And it changes the environment. And I think, for me anyway, it has to be like one of the most genius horror concepts of all time. Because can you imagine just like being trapped by a town that changes its landscape and throws monsters at you and forces you to deal with your own inner demons and symbolisms for these demons that you have, and it really doesn't let you out until you deal with them one way or the other. Like, you don't necessarily have to overcome them, but you know, you do have to deal with them at some point. And I just think it's so genius. I think it's a better concept than Resident Evil, where it's just an evil corporation makes this zombie virus, and it just evolves it from that, where they just make a new type of zombie or infected in each game. Like, I think it's great, but I think that this is better. And Konami just really fumbled the fucking bag with this game, or this series, really. Don't have the map. So we're here at Midwich Elementary. Here's the map. Got that school map. And I think the save point is to the right. So we'll save, and I think we're at 30 some odd minutes. So we can call it a part 1 right after I save. So it's been real and it's been nice. In other words, it's been real nice. And I really look forward to doing more of these because it's fun as shit. And yeah, I guess I'll see y'all in the next part.